I unlocked the door, ready to show the couple the place. But when the door swung open, I froze. My sister and her fiancé stood in my living room, barefoot, mugs in hand, like they owned the air itself. "Oh, hey," she said casually. "Mom said we could stay here for a while." I looked at her, then at the strangers behind me, the tenants I had lined up. And in that split second, I understood. This wasn't an accident. It was an ambush dressed as entitlement. Hashtag. It wasn't always like this. As kids, I covered for her. I cleaned her messes, shielded her from consequences. She repaid me with laughter, inside jokes, secrets shared under blankets. For years, I thought she loved me. But patterns repeat. She stole clothes, money, even friends. And Mom never punished her. If I complained, I was jealous. If I objected, I was selfish. Somewhere along the line, I stopped expecting fairness. But I never stopped remembering. Hashtag. The first hint came weeks before. I had mentioned casually to Mom that I was thinking of renting out my apartment, make some income while I stayed elsewhere for work. Her response had been oddly dismissive. "Oh, don't rush. Maybe family could use it." I should have heard the warning in her tone, but I wanted to believe it was nothing. Then, suddenly, my sister's name started showing up on bills. A water bill forwarded to her email. A suspicious call from the utility company asking to confirm the new resident. I didn't confront her, not yet. I let her think I was blind. Hashtag. See, the old me would have screamed, begged for respect, demanded answers. But I've learned, they only win when I react. So I didn't. Instead, I called my lawyer. I confirmed every title, every deed, every line of ownership. Ironclad. My name. Only my name. And then I began to wait. Patient. Silent. Because the most elegant revenge is the one they walk into themselves. When I arrived with the tenants that day, I was ready. My sister smirked, lifting her mug like a toast. "Sorry you didn't get the memo. We're already settled." Her fiancé added, "Yeah, it's better this way. You don't need the money. We do." Behind me, the couple shifted uncomfortably. They were ready to leave. I could have lost them right there. But I smiled. Calm, precise. "Oh, you're staying here?" I asked. She nodded. Mom confirmed it. That word, confirmed, was my trigger. I pulled out my phone. One call. Speaker on. "Hi, this is Officer Delgado. Just confirming we're still set for the removal today?" "Yes," I said, eyes never leaving my sister's. "The squatters are here." Her face drained. The officer continued, matter of fact, "We'll be there in 15 minutes. I hung up. Silence filled the room like smoke. "What the hell?" my sister hissed. I stepped closer, lowering my voice so that tenants could still hear every syllable. "This is my property. Every paper has my name on it. You don't live here. You've been trespassing. And in about 10 minutes, the police will explain that to you." Her fiancé sputtered, "You wouldn't." "Oh, I already did." I turned to the tenants, gesturing toward the hallway. "Shall we see the bedrooms?" We walked through the apartment as if nothing was wrong, while in the living room, my sister's voice cracked into panic. By the time the knock came at the door, she was pale, her bravado gone. The officers stepped in, professional, efficient. They asked her one question: "Do you have proof of residence?" Of course, she didn't. The officers escorted them out, her fiancé cursing under his breath, her eyes darting back to me like a cornered animal. I didn't move. I didn't flinch. I simply closed the door behind them. The tenants signed the lease that night. Over celebratory drinks, they joked about the family drama they'd walked into. I laughed with them, but inside, I was silent. Silent and satisfied. Because my sister thought she had allies. She thought she had mom. She thought entitlement could override law. But entitlement collapses the moment it meets preparation. And the best part? I never raised my voice. Never threatened. I just let reality do the cutting. Now, whenever my mother calls to smooth things over, I don't answer. Whenever my sister rants in half-baked texts, I leave her on red. They wanted me to play the role of the quiet one, the accommodating one. So I stayed quiet. I stayed accommodating. Until it was too late. Final thought. I didn't evict them with rage. I evicted them with paperwork. And nothing is colder. Nothing is sweeter than revenge signed, sealed, and legally enforced.